been a rough week. It's been a rough week, guys. I was gonna take a little more time off from content and just, have a little more time to myself and my dog so we could actually kind of just spend some time together after Pika's passing on Monday or Tuesday. I can't actually remember what day it was. And I kind of realized to myself that the more time I take off, the more of a chance that I'll never come back. Because I'm kind of like that. I move on easily. I always have. And it's not that Pika's death and the method of which it happened was traumatic, but it was. Obviously, it was actually one of the most traumatic events I've been told that I should ever go through, but I feel numb to the whole thing, to be fair. Because, we're men, we move on, right? Shit happens to us. If we complain, we're garbage. If we talk about it, we're garbage. We're going to be garbage either way, so I talk about it. But I kind of like my content, and that's the reason, because I can actually talk about it here. And, if people want to shit on me, they can shit on me. I don't really give a fuck. Go fuck yourself. But at least here I can actually air out my thoughts and I'm not even looking for sympathy on it. It's more of just keeps a nice record for me, and if people want to watch, they can watch, and I don't really mind. I have nothing to hide. But the way that she died was so brutal. I have no video of the actual attack, but you saw my community post on my YouTube, and then you would have seen the actual story of what happened. And we're actually going back to the same place it happened right now. We have been every day, multiple times, with all 3 dogs that are left. I try to get them used to it, the fact that it happened. That, and we're also tracking some coyotes for the Parks and Rec, whatever the heck they're called, the game warden, because there's a coyote problem in the field literally next door. And I managed to actually kind of track I managed to track a whole group of them to an abandoned house literally next door, and I'm kind of wondering if they're going after all the blood spots now. But oh man, it's a shitty situation, I gotta tell you though. But just to cover what happened, so I don't plan on covering it in the future unless I'm directly asked questions about it. But we got Pika's ashes yesterday. Nothing out of the ordinary with the corpse. Literally nothing. It was just one of those... sorry, I'm trying to make it a little nicer for the husky, because she's like, "It's too hot, Dad. It's 43 degrees." But nothing out of the ordinary with the corpse. No diseases, none of that, which means it was either predatory or she had onset dementia, one of the two. It doesn't matter, it still happened. It doesn't matter why, it happened. But Pika, all of a sudden, if you read the post, flipped on Beezy, who is, by the way, at least 30 yards away when she did this. He was nowhere near, and he was coming back to me when we were doing our double fetch game like we usually do. Hello, Sakura. Yes, hello, my husky. Her huskiness, Princess Sakura. But we were doing our thing. Yes, there's cows. And she went after Bear first like she usually does. And then she turned after she didn't get that ball. And her tail went straight, and then she just dive bombed onto Beezy about 30 yards away. She ran full speed all the way to him, latched onto his neck, and I made every single wrong decision as a dog owner in this moment, because I didn't really panic yet. Like, I wasn't panicking yet. I ran over because the very few times Beezy and Pika have had issues, I was always able to separate it because it was always Pika starting it, and then she would always immediately stop. And it was never a bad issue. There were never any bites. There were never any of that. It was always a misunderstanding. So I ran over thinking, okay, I grabbed their collars, I put them to the floor like I usually do, and then we're all looking at each other in bed or immediately afterwards. Upon actually arriving and doing that, I realized I couldn't actually get her off him. So when I realized she had locked. And I then went through every single process of which to untangle her, but ripping her from him, which, you know, when you do that, you're going to rip the skin more because you're not going to be able to actually pull her off. That's the one mistake everyone always makes if she's already on there. Meanwhile, Beezy's screaming like at the top of his lungs and whimpering. He's not even biting or attacking her. He's trying to get loose. He already dropped the ball, and it's a shit show, and his blood's going all the way down me and him. It's a mess. And he's crying, and it's awful, but finally, I get her off him after about 10 minutes. I had to use some pain reflexes, and I thought it was over at that. She sat, he was panting, he was obviously in pain. I thought it was over, and I turned to look at his wounds real quick. Big mistake, by the way, in a moment like that. And when I turn back, she's about this close to me, going for my neck, and I just get my arm in there. And I have bites all over me. She bit me 6 times in total. But she clamped down on my arm. I had my jacket on at the time. We're still fixing it. And would not let go. At that point, Beezy and Bear started attacking her. Because that's part of their training. They defend their family. And they were lightly attacking. They were just trying to pull her off in the hello, Sakura. They were trying to just pull her off. Sakura did nothing. She's a glorified pussy, and I love her. She did absolutely nothing but paw Pika. Bless her heart. If I was getting mauled to death, she'd probably cheer. I love you, you know that. But that's when the blood started flowing a little bit from her, but it wasn't bad yet. It didn't get severely bad until I started trying to crawl away, because unfortunately she bit my legs too. So I was pretty badly hurt. So I started crawling away, and we're actually coming up on the site now. And as I'm crawling, she keeps getting away from them and coming back to bite me again. There was 12 almost bites and 6 actual bites. By the time I'm about 10, like maybe not 10 feet, like 10 yards away, and she still was trying to come to me. At that point, I gave the kill command. I didn't want to give the kill command, but at that point I realized, look, she's gonna get put down anyway. I'm afraid that she'll eventually turn on Bear, and then he's dead instantly, or on Beezy, who's already pretty severely hurt and can't even do his full strength. So I gave the kill command, which I still feel pretty guilty about, honestly. I know what's happening. I know everyone has said I was in the right for doing it, but I loved her. I really did. I know. I loved her. And that's when it got really bloody. And I'm not going to show the picture. I'm not going to show her final picture. It's too bad for social media. My car is still covered in blood. We haven't been able to get it all off. But even if they hadn't euthanized her later that day, she would have bled out eventually, because Beezy has a very strong bite, and when I give that kill command, that's when he uses his full strength. And it was over at that point. But we're going to do some walking, talk about this a little bit, try to process it while I'm talking about it. Helps me. Like fun. Dogs are having fun. This will be a longer video, so this is only going on YouTube. But just to give an example to all you, ignore the mess, because it's still kind of a shit show, but hold up. This is all her blood. And I've cleaned up most of it. But it was all the way back. And I've been cleaning it. She was gushing. She had neck wounds that was just literally pumping blood out. It was something you don't ever want to see a dog that you love with all your heart doing. But I had no option. I had no choice. I'm also out here seeing if there's any new coyote tracks near her blood, because that's part of what I'm doing. Trying to help the game warden out, because these coyotes are getting pretty big. Hey, come, Beezy, come, guys, heel. Oh my God, it's one of those days. But it's just, come on, Beezy. Good boy, Bear. Beezy, I need my smell dog, come on. Oh, actually, he has a trail. He might actually have a trail. I'll check that out in a sec. But he's giving me the sign that he does. Oh, he's pooing. Fucking course. But it's just to give you an example. And the blood's probably all gone, but you can kind of tell there was a scuffle. But it happened over here. Yeah, most of this blood's gone. The coyotes definitely ate all the skin. Let's see, I'm not seeing it. Definitely not seeing the blood anymore. But it's, this is where it was. It's kind of all over the place. Seeing if I could find other spots, because we moved a few times. Over here too. We'll probably find some of it. I'm just looking. It's helping me process. I'm sorry, guys. If you don't want to see this, I get it. Trying to find, looks like it's mostly gone. Well, that's good. Trying to give these guys this place, you know, because this is like our place. Oh, let's see. No, but it was pretty bloody. It was messed up. Life moves on. We lost a good friend that day, although I don't know why she turned on us, but I guess we'll never know, and it's kind of how life's supposed to be sometimes. Even though she didn't have the greatest training, because I got to her way too late in life, she had a damn good last few months of her life. Yeah. She had a great last few months. I got to tell you guys, she was running at least 2 hours a day. We were playing fetch. We were having fun. We were doing tug of war out here. They're still kind of processing a little bit. You know. Yeah, BZ, what's up? Let's see. Oh, as I said, we were all over the place. Maybe it was further back than I thought. Bear, I know it's Pika, dude. I know. This helps them process it, because her ashes are at home and they were smelling it too. There's some left over. Man, it's just, and I crawled. This is actually, I think this is where it initially started, because that turn looks familiar. So this is the initial bite on, that's mostly Beezy's blood. But then Pika's blood would be all the way back to the car. That's how far I actually had to crawl to call 911. But yeah, that's just messed up. Giving the dog some closure. All the skin looks like it's gone, though. I haven't seen any of her other blood trails. They're still sniffing. Oh, what we got, Beezy? He alerted again. What we got? What's over here? Oh yeah, no, this is what we came here for. I'm new to tracking, I'm getting pretty good at it. Let's see. I might do content on it eventually when I actually know what I'm talking about, but this is definitely not these dogs' tracks. So yeah, we successfully came here for what I was looking for. Yeah, this is bigger than Beezy's paw. Okay. And there's cat that way on the other side over a fence. And if I follow what I'm looking at down there, I won't be able to find it. I won't be able to figure it out. It'll take me all day. I'm not that good yet, but I will figure this out. But I just wanted to close a chapter on Pika, because she was beloved. In Selby as well. No one can even believe what she did. If it wasn't for our neighbor Scott and our friend Ryan, who's a cop, showing up when they did. I mean, my Beezy, guys, I gotta tell you before I end this video, Beezy saved my life. Straight up, Beezy and Bear saved my life. So next time you guys see Beezy and Bear, just know I wouldn't be alive right now if it wasn't for these two. And this one left me for dead, but we don't, we're gonna pretend she didn't. But hey, Bear, want to say last thing? Hey, yeah, want to say bye to YouTube? Bear, baby Bear. Of course, he wants to play fetch. Okay, guys, but I'll be back to normal content soon. Beezy. No, he's sniffing. Love y'all.